Hi there. All right, so I am going to be sharing my screen. You can feel free to use the chat bar, ask any and all questions that you'd like. Unfortunately, while my screen is being shared, I cannot see the questions, but I promise I will come back to them for sure. Feel free to ask anything as we go along. So for those of you who do not know me, my name is Monica Minima. I am a homeschooling mom of 4 daughters. I hail from a tiny little town in Markdale, Ontario in Canada, and I live in something called the Grey Highlands at the top of Blue Mountain. And it's a beautiful little place. We are homesteaders. We have chickens and bees, about 40,000 bees, as well as bunnies. And when the time comes, which is hopefully sooner than later, we'll have a very large garden as well. So we enjoy that. I'm also an essential oil specialist, a Symphony of the Cells applicator, and a reflexologist in training. I have 37 more applications and I will be certified in reflexology. So unfortunately, with the world the way it is right at this particular moment, it may take a sprinkle longer than I intended to, but I'm really excited to incorporate this into our lives, which we've been able to do, as well as into my business. So it's really fantastic to be able to combine the power of essential oils and the beauty and the art of reflexology. So that is a little bit about me. So let's talk about what you can expect in our time together today. The goal of this class is simply to empower you. I'm going to teach you 3 cool things about oils. I'm going to teach you the 3 ways to use oils and how you can get the oils into your home. So just so you know, I will be kind of bouncing back between showing the PowerPoint and actually doing kind of like live demonstrations and those kind of things so that you can kind of see and visualize what is going on. So that's the goal of our time together. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you about, the first cool thing, is safety. Now, what you need to understand about essential oils is that they are natural and they are safe. There's no side effects and no addictions can be created. So what is an essential oil? An essential oil is the extracts from the plants that have amazing health benefits. I like to think of them as the lifeblood of the plant. Just like when the plant itself is able to utilize these essential oils to help repair and heal itself, when we extract those oils, we can then use them for ourselves in the similar manner that the plant itself uses it. Unlike the herbaceous form, essential oils are 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. So, for instance, something like peppermint oil, 1 drop of peppermint oil, is comparable to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So you can just see the spectrum difference between the essential oil and its herbaceous counterpart. Now, what I love to share in this part is how you know what is inside your bottle. Now, every essential oil is created differently and every company is not the same. Unfortunately, the FDA and Health Canada have 0 standard of what you can call a pure oil. So I could go out to your car, siphon the oil from your car, put it inside a little brown bottle and tell you it's 100% pure. Am I lying? No, I'm not lying. It's 100% pure, just not 100% pure essential oil. The oils I had in my home when I first started my journey, I got from the health food store. They said 100% pure oil. I was convinced for the price that I paid that they had to be legit. When I came back home, peeled off the label, I realized, they are 100% oil, just not 100% essential oil. In fact, 70 or more % of my bottle was olive oil, which to my dismay was kind of disappointing, but also explained how I could take an entire dropper full in a shot glass of oil or of water and not have adverse effects from it. Did it work? It did, but it wasn't as therapeutically beneficial because it was pre-diluted. So knowing what is inside your bottle is vitally important. When we got introduced to essential oils, it was because of my eldest daughter, who was then 6 years old. She has an extremely rare kidney disease. And we were given some pretty hopeless information from the Children's Hospital. They basically had taken a 40-year spectrum that they told us we pretty much had 40 years before she would have these really aggressive signs. Her disease unfortunately progressed so fast that 40 became before she was 10. And they gave us the prediction that by 10 years old, she was going to be requiring dialysis and a kidney transplant. As a mom to a 6-year-old, you don't know what to do. She was my first kid. I'd never walked this road before. What were my options? And that's what I wanted to ask the doctors. But unfortunately, the only hope that they gave me was in experimental drugs, which they had never used on children, never used on kidney patients, and had crazy adverse side effects like heart attack and stroke. That is not what I wanted to sign my 6-year-old up for. So when I started to dabble in the world of essential oils and natural health, I was very, very particular about what I was going to bring into my home and introduce to my beautiful daughter. And so when I started researching, because that's one of the, most attractive qualities that I have, is that I like information and I like to research. So I created a binder and I researched 11 different essential oil companies. I had some pretty simplistic questions that I wanted them to answer. Where do your oils come from? How are they harvested? What kind of testing are done for them? What kind of support do I get as a consumer? A lot of the companies I had didn't even get me past number 1. Where do your oils come from? Either they wouldn't disclose the information, would give me the cookie cutter answer. I'm not going to use that word again because apparently I can't say it. Cookie cutter answer that was written on their website. I'm a literate human. I could read those myself. I didn't need them to tell me and recite what was written on their website to me. I wanted to know the heart behind the company. What put the oils in the bottle? Or a lot of them proclaimed, we actually have everything grown in a greenhouse right where we are. And because the essential oil is the lifeblood of the plant, generally supporting local is my jam. That's exactly what I want to do. But unfortunately, when it comes to essential oils and their therapeutic benefits, it is the lifeblood of the plant. And a plant that's gone on vacation in a greenhouse doesn't have to fight against pests. It doesn't have to go against the weather. It doesn't worry about the quality of its soil. It doesn't worry about monitoring its temperature. It knows exactly what it's going to get, when it's going to get it. Somebody picks off the pests for it. There is zero concern for this plant, which means, does it produce essential oils? Yes, but it is not as therapeutically beneficial as a plant that grows in its indigenous source. So in order to ensure that the bottles I was using on my daughter was safe, I wanted to know what was in my bottle. So when I came to doTERRA and I learned about their CPTG labeling, I was intrigued. Part of me thought, well, how very self-serving of you, doTERRA, to create your very own label. But when I actually broke it down and learned what this meant for the company, it was actually one of the pieces that drew me to choose them to be in my home. The reason being is that this represents that every single oil is collected in its indigenous land. It is then taken and tested to ensure that is absolutely pure. Every single liter is tested, not random batch testing like some other companies I ran into told me that they did. And when I replied with, how do I know if my batch is tested? Well, let me redirect your call. No one had the answer. They didn't know how to tell me if my batch was tested. If I'm going to use it on my very sick 6 years old, I want to ensure that it is safe. And so any company that couldn't tell me that I could assure my bottle was tested, I just couldn't feel safe using them. So when doTERRA told me that every single liter of oil is tested and that they do 7 levels of testing in-house and then send them to a third party to do testing as well, and then bring them back for one final test before it comes in my bottle, I felt safe. Then when they brought out sourcetoyou.com from our third party, that indicated that on the bottom of every bottle is a code, and that code is associated with the sourcetoyou.com website. Then, What we're able to do with that is actually put in that code and find out where our oil came from, what tests were done to it, how it rated on those tests, read the PDF printout of the test results, and then watch a video clip to explain what the heck it all means. To me, there was transparency. So CPTG meant it came from the right place and it was tested authentically to give me security that they were being transparent with me. Not only that, but I also love the heart behind doTERRA. They don't just go and plow in and take over these farms which we work with. They work with the people who live in these places, whose job has been for generations and generations to grow these plants, who love these plants and actually increase the economy of some really otherwise pretty sad economies for a lot of people. For instance, Haiti, where we get our vetiver. When doTERRA went in there, they were able to create over 800 jobs for Haitian people. Do you think they needed those jobs? Absolutely. So not only is the heart behind doTERRA absolutely beautiful, but I know that what is in my bottle is absolutely safe. So let's quickly talk about peppermint while we're at it. Peppermint is an absolutely beautiful oil that is fantastic for energizing, promoting clear breathing, cooling down the body, and relieving head tension. So let's talk about the next cool thing. Essential oils are effective. Let's talk now about how this works. So if we look here, they are more effective than modern approaches to health problems. And here's the reason why. If we look at this crude drawing of a cell here, on the outside we see this purple thread. This is a bacterial threat. On the inside, we see this yellow threat. This threat is a viral threat. Bacterial threats plant themselves outside of the cell. A viral threat plants itself within the cellular membrane. Because the cellular membrane is a oil-based membrane, Western medication cannot penetrate it because it is water soluble. That is why when we go to the doctors and we have a bacterial infection, they can give us an antibiotic because the bacterial threat lives outside of the cells. And a water-soluble medication is able to tackle it. Unfortunately, when we go to the doctors and we have a viral threat, there's nothing that they can do for us because they cannot penetrate the membrane to get inside of the cell to release the viral threat. Essential oils, however, can penetrate that cellular membrane and then break down the threat that is housed inside of the cell. A fantastic way to do this is with an oil called On Guard. On Guard is our protective blend. It's a combination of oils such as clove and cinnamon, rosemary, wild orange, and eucalyptus. It's such a beautiful blend that creates within your body such an incredible response. It promotes healthy immune function, can soothe a sore throat simply by putting it in some honey, stirring it into a glass of warm water, and drinking it back. You can use it to cleanse your home. For us, this is one that is consistently in our diffuser all the time. I also clean my hands, my teeth, my house, my toilets, my rabbit's poop box. Really, just about everything is cleansed with On Guard. I always tell people, if you've come in my house, you've been oiled whether you know it or not. Why? Because I clean the entire house with On Guard and it's always diffusing. This helps kill the pathogens in the air, as well as just support our body's immunofunction. Because alongside my daughter's kidney disease, she also has an autoimmune disorder, which lowers her immunofunction as a whole. So right now we have a beautiful sign on our door that says, please leave everything on the front door, don't bother coming in. We have a child with complicated medical needs. But outside of the circumstances that are going around in life right at this particular moment, it's always this way for us. This is a steady flow of how we conduct our lives to protect and boost immune systems. Last cool point is they are affordable. Now, perhaps you've gone on the website and you've looked at the price point and you're saying to me, Monica, I think that you've lost your mind. I saw the price of frankincense and I'm not really sure how you think that that's affordable. But hear me out here. Let's take traditional medical care. Perhaps you pay into it. Perhaps it's something that you need to utilize all the time. Maybe it doesn't actually cost you that much. Perhaps it's simply a copay that you have to pay. But then let's think about what happens. You have to take time of your day to go to the doctors. So now we're wasting money, essentially, driving to the doctors. And then we sit there for goodness knows how long, waiting for our appointment. Then we have our appointment, and we have to drive back home. That in itself costs time and money. Then, for instance, if you get a prescription, well, then that costs money. And when you run out of that, you need to renew that prescription. Whereas something like essential oils is only pennies per drop. For instance, I've struggled with anxiety and depression for a very long time. At one point in time, and by that I mean for 17 years of my life, I was on anti-anxiety, antipsychotic, and antidepressant medication. Every single month, I had to renew this medication in order for my body to function adequately. Sure, for a long time, my parents paid for it. It didn't really come to mind how much it was costing me to maintain this lifestyle. But when I was able to introduce essential oils into my life and find a regime that really helped me combat all of these things within myself and be able to wean off of this medication and pursue the rest of my mental wellness journey completely naturally, I was able to then realize how much money I wasn't spending on this medication or incurring in medical costs. I was then instead empowered in my hands with something that helped me so much better because I didn't get the fogginess or the side effects or the dry tongue or the weight gain that I had with my medication. This was such an empowering thing for me to have it in my hands for pennies per drop. So let's talk about lavender. For lavender has been a huge part of my mental wellness journey. Lavender is fantastic for calming the mind, calming for sleep, calming the skin. It's also a fantastic antihistamine. As somebody who has also a plethora of allergies, having a natural alternative to my regular antihistamine is huge for me because I used to take these antihistamines and then fall asleep in really strange places, okay? It would be like, I remember at my girlfriend's wedding, I was 6 months pregnant, and somebody walked by with a platter of shrimp. Instantly, my ears started to swell and I could feel my tongue swelling. So I popped a couple of antihistamines. I then later fell asleep on the table at the wedding. Not completely on the table, just my head resting on the table. But you know how weird that is as the maid of honor to be sleeping on the head table because you've just taken an antihistamine and you can't keep awake? It's pretty terrible. So to have a natural alternative to that is huge. We also use it for mosquito bites and those kind of things, which we also use to incur money to spend for the lotion and ointment that would help soothe these things. So for me, the amount of things I was able to take out of my life and replace with a natural alternative is huge. I wasn't reinventing the wheel. I was finding a new solution for things I already used. So what are the 3 cool things about essential oils? They are safe, they're effective, and they're affordable. Next, let's talk about how we can use doTERRA essential oils. The first one is aromatically. I'm actually going to stop sharing my screen just for a moment so I can demonstrate to you how to use these. So this is peppermint oil. We talked about it already. I'm just going to put a drop into my hands and I'm going to show you the 3 ways we can use essential oils. I'm going to don't worry, my hands are extremely clean, okay? I have like dry knuckles from how much I clean my hands. So I'm going to take the peppermint oil and shake it to the roof of my house. No one screenshot, please, and post it on social media because I look dumb. Okay, next, I'm going to rub my hands together, create a little cup, put it over my hands and mouth, and inhale 3 deep breaths. And last but certainly not least, I'm going to take it and rub it on the back of my neck. There you go. I just demonstrated the 3 ways to use essential oils. So let's go back to our slides and talk through each one of these. First, aromatically. Aromatic can be done through a diffuser or just inhaling like I just demonstrated. This is a fantastic way to positively affect our mood, cleanse our air, and support our respiratory system. Topical application is to apply to an affected area for localized benefits. I suggest diluting it in fractionated coconut oil for best results for two reasons. It negates sensitivities to the oil, but it also helps our body absorb them better. In fact, we can increase the absorption rate of our essential oils by 40%. So go back to the affordable. If we're only using a couple of drops because they're pure and safe, we only need a little bit. Moderation is key. So applying the fractionated coconut oil acts as a driving agent and actually allows our body to benefit larger. You can apply it over the area of discomfort, or if all else fails, put it on the bottoms of your feet. This is a great place to put it because there's so many reflexology and nerve endings connected to the bottoms of your feet that it's going to travel to the cells that require it. You don't need to be a reflexologist to do this. And last, but certainly not least, is internal use. Let's go back to safety. Number one, not all oils are created equally. So please don't run out to Walmart, purchase some 99-cent oils and start putting them in your water and say, Monica said it was safe. Because not everything is monitored the same way, you need to ensure that your oils are labeled for supplementary or dietary use. And all of doTERRA's oils that are labeled as such is written right on the back with either supplements, facts, or right in the scriptings. It will say, when you look for directions to use, it will tell you right on there that it is safe for internal or dietary use. So supplemental, internal, or dietary are all words used in the labeling that indicates that your oil is safe for internal use. Some great ways to do this is put a couple of drops into your water, or directly under the tongue, or like I just showed you with the peppermint, a drop pressing it to the roof of your mouth. You can also put it inside a veggie cap. Now, if you're a little bit of a baby like I am, I don't like spicy things in my mouth. And so I put it inside of a vegetable capsule so that my body is able to get the benefits of the essential oil without the burning sensation orally. So let's talk about some different oils that are great for our bodies. First up is lemon. Lemon is a beautiful citrus oil. It is great to use aromatically to cleanse our home, especially from smells. It is great to use topically to cleanse our bodies and our home. How do you do this? Well, you could simply make a cleaner out of essential oils or out of lemon essential oil to clean your home. This is fantastic with some vinegar for glass cleaning. It's also great for cleansing our body. You take some Epsom salts, put 10 drops of lemon oil, and then soak your feet for 30 minutes in a hot Epsom salt and lemon soak. You're actually able to then purge some toxins out of your body. Simply drinking it in your water is a phenomenal way to cleanse your body. It's also anti-mucidic. So if you happen to be congested, this is a great one to get that flowing. Next up is frankincense. Frankincense is one of my absolute favorite essential oils. It is phenomenal for so many things. In our home, we have a saying, if all else fails, go frank yourself, because it is phenomenal for promoting calm feelings, restfulness at night. It's fantastic for anti-aging properties, so adding it to your skincare is just a phenomenal addition. It also helps cells perform optimally. So if you're under the weather, or you just want some more vitality, or perhaps there's a history of cognitive issues or cellular issues in your family that you want to prevent, then use frankincense every single day to allow your body's cell performance to be optimal. It's also fantastic for all skin issues. And so we use this for a variety of reasons for skin purposes, and great to diffuse at night to help promote restfulness. Next is Digest Zen, or in Canada, Zengest. Different name, same thing inside the bottle. This is our digestive blend. It is phenomenal for relieving upset stomach, motion sickness, or nausea. This was my lifesaver when I was pregnant with my fourth daughter. I had never felt so sick in the morning as I did with her, like barely able to get out of bed and crawl to the bathroom kind of feeling. And so I put this beside my bed, and every morning I would put a drop under my tongue and rub it across my belly. Then I would feel so great that I'd walk around going, what is that terrible smell? Because I do not care for the smell of this one. It smells exactly like black licorice, which is not my favorite thing in the world. And so I'd be walking around going, what is that smell? Forgetting how terrible I felt and that I would require to use this oil to help me feel that way. It's also fantastic in the car. I've got two children that don't really do great in the car, so putting a drop on their belly and the tips of their ears is actually a fantastic way to negate that feeling. It's also great to improve digestion as a whole. Utilizing it before dinner will help with that entire process. Or perhaps if you're feeling uncomfortable afterwards, perhaps in your chest is feeling uncomfortable because of a burning sensation, or your stomach is just not feeling great, a little out of sorts. This is a fantastic oil to use aromatically. Is fine for negating the motion sickness and then the nausea feeling. But if you want really fast benefits, I would encourage you to apply it topically on your stomach and the bottoms of your feet, or take it internally, either a drop in warm water like a tea and drink it back directly under your tongue, or a capsule if you'd prefer, if you're like me and you don't actually want to taste it. Next is Deep Blue. Deep Blue is our pain and inflammation blend. If you see on this bottle, the top is a little bit different. This one actually has a child-proof cap. The reason being it is not intended for internal use. See how the I is missing? So it's for aromatic or topical use. I personally find that using this oil aromatically doesn't really work for me, but topically, oh man. I call Deep Blue the man's gateway to doTERRA. If your man is skeptical about the little brown bottles that you want to bring into your home, this, my friends, is the oil to hook him with. Ask him where he's aching and give him a nice massage for his aching muscles and joints, and he will be hooked. It's also fantastic for easing head tension. Or my favorite way is to take a cup of Epsom salt, put in 4 drops of Deep Blue, and soak my aching muscles in a bath. I struggle with chronic pain and inflammation. It's unfortunately a hereditary trait that I've been given. With the help of our Lifelong Vitality Pack, which I'll talk a little bit about later, and Deep Blue oil, I can manage my pain most of the time. So this is a phenomenal one to just soak. Or if you're like me and you like to hike or dabble in running or exercise of any sorts, the first time I did spin class, this was my best friend because I didn't think I would be able to sit ever again in my entire life. It was only 3 days. I'm a little extra, but it was really fantastic to just soak in that and help relieve any aching muscles and inflammation and pain that was located there. Next is Breathe, or in Canada, Easy Air. Again, different name, same thing inside the bottle. This is our respiratory blend. Now this one is fantastic. Alongside of On Guard, we are diffusing this every single day, all day, every day. The reason being is it helps support your lungs and your sinuses. It opens up your airways, promotes clear breathing day and night. So if you happen to have a partner who makes substantial amount of noise in their sleep, if you know what I'm saying, this is a fantastic one. Partnered with lavender, you get the calming feeling, the opening of the respiratory, and you can transform your nights. I promise you, this is not one you want to be without. I also love it prior to exercise. Rubbing it on my chest, breathing in deeply, really strengthens and opens up everything so that when I'm moving into my exercise, I'm in a place where I am ready for that. And I don't get that burning feeling that I used to get when I wasn't able to do this. I've also increased my stamina and longevity by utilizing this prior to a workout. Next is Wild Orange. Wild Orange is one of my favorite essential oils. It is fantastic for creating energy. It's invigorating and so positive for uplifting moods. When I'm feeling extremely overwhelmed and feelings of anxiousness arise, then I love to have lavender and wild orange on hand. I put 2 drops of lavender under my tongue. I put a drop of wild orange in my hands, rub my hands together, and do 3 full cycle breaths. It is really beautiful to see how wild orange can just open everything up and really bring a sense of calm to my body when it's an energizing creating oil. The reason why this works is something in our body called the olfactory bulb. This is connected to the limbic seat of our brain. The limbic seat of our brain is what controls all of our emotions. And so when we're able to breathe in this oil, it activates that system and triggers a positive response in our limbic seat that's connecting our body and our mind to a positive reaction and uplifting our mood. It also tastes fantastic if you make your own chocolates and put this in there. Just say it. So I'd love for you to take a moment right now and just think, what are your top 3 health concerns? Perhaps it's immune boosting or restfulness. Maybe it is you struggle with mood, like I mentioned, or perhaps you have a bigger issue, like the one I said about my daughter. I'd love for you to just take a couple minutes right now and think about, what are your health concerns? Where can you see natural health fitting and helping you? So take a moment and write those down. Then in the chat box, I'm going to be putting my phone number, and I would love for you to then text me your top 3 health concerns so that I can help you find what is appropriate for you and your family as a solution for natural wellness in your lives. So we'll give you another minute here before we continue on. All right, so do you want to feel awesome? Let's go back to when I was talking about pain and inflammation. I mentioned our Lifelong Vitality Pack, or LLV as we like to coin it. This combination is our #1 top selling product. It comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee, even if your bottles are empty. Now, when I first heard that the essential oil company was selling supplements, I was a little bit leery, I won't lie. But this incredible pack is fantastic for creating maximum nutrition for energy, focus, relief, and well-being. It's a 3-tiered system. #1 is our Microplex VMZ. This is a vitamin, mineral, and whole food supplement. Unfortunately, in our lives these days, we just are unable to get the whole food nutrients that our body requires solely on our diet. No matter how clean or organic you eat, we just can't get everything that our body needs. So this is a combination of 70 different multivitamins and minerals infused with essential oils and whole foods, things like kale. That I like kale, but I don't think I eat enough kale to satisfy my body's requirement. But sometimes you're just done with kale, you know? And so it has things like that inside of it to just create a beautiful whole food absorption within your body. It also has essential oils that help with the digestive process, because sometimes when we start adding these things that our body requires, it doesn't quite know how to process it right. So this helps us do this. They're also loose compacted, so you're not getting a hard, chalky 1-a-day vitamin. You're taking multiples of these throughout the day so that your body can absorb them adequately. Because they're not cold pressed, they are actually loose compacted so that they are rich in nutrients, and those remain inside. Next is our Alpha CRS. This is what I coin the mummy uppers. This is a fantastic antioxidant, cellular energy, and longevity creation. It is phenomenal of these beautiful combinations of things that just create optimal cellular complex in your body. Next is our omegas. Now you do need to be mindful that these come in a marine and plant-based or a strictly plant-based version. So you can get the vegan or the XE omegas. Today we're going to focus on the XE omegas, but if you'd like more information about the vegan complex, which is what I use, then send me a message and I'm happy to provide you with information about that. So what makes these ones unique? They are a balance of omega-3, 6, and 9 fatty acids so that our body has a balanced inflammatory response. Our body needs inflammation, which is what is created by omega-6, and omega-3 is an anti-inflammatory. But when we're not balancing those out properly, our body can't react the way that it's supposed to. It's phenomenal for reducing pain and inflammation. It's also fantastic for cognitive health. And it is infused with 9 power-punching essential oils. This combination of products is fantastic as an antioxidant and DNA protection. It's good for your eye, brain, and nervous system. Increases liver function and digestive health. Creates more vitality and less discomfort. It's fantastic for immunofunction and stress management. Can we all say that we need a little bit more of that these days? It's also great for cardiovascular health and allowing your body, as I mentioned, to create a healthy inflammatory response. So now let's talk about how you can get these oils into your home. A lot of people get a little uncomfortable at this part, but to me, otherwise all I've done is brought you to the movies, showed you what was available to you, got you popcorn and a soda, and then asked you to leave. What I want to do is I want you to leave feeling empowered. So the 3 ways we can purchase are 1, making a retail purchase. This is the most expensive way and really only an option that's viable in a professional setting like a yoga studio or a hair salon. Next is our wholesale membership. This allows you to get the products for the best prices, kind of like a Costco membership. It allows you to have 25% below retail. And our last option is wholesale and points for free products by being a part of our monthly wellness box or loyalty rewards program, whichever you prefer to call it, where you earn a point system redeemable for dollars, $1 US to 1 point that you can redeem to get free products into your home. It also allows you to be part of our product of the month, which gives you the opportunity to get 1 free product every single month. And normally it's an oil that you can't purchase individually. On top of this, you still get the 25% below retail with your wholesale membership. On top of all of these things are some incredible perks that I personally offer you that I'll talk about in a minute. Next, let's talk about our kit options. To me, this is the best way to go because you get your wholesale membership absolutely free. And then you get a bundled price for all of the other products. So let's quickly present some options for you. Now, here's another fun fact. Until the 31st of this month, some of our kits are on sale as well, including our Natural Solutions Kit. This is the everything you need for a lifestyle shift kit. It gives you a little bit of essential oils, our lifelong vitality products, some household items, as well as part of our On Guard collection, including the mouthwash, hand soap, beadlets, soft gels, and hand sanitizing mists. Guys, there's hand sanitizer in here. What? On top of that, I am part of a teaching tour right now, which is kind of just an internet teaching tour because we can't do anything in human form. But I will be also offering a Citrus Bliss and an adaptive oil free with this kit. On top of that, it's 20% off, which is absolutely amazing. Next, we have our Canadian version, which is similar to that as it's got the On Guard collection in there. It's got most of the top 10 oils. It also comes with a Brevi diffuser and our shampoo and conditioner. And again, with this kit, you're getting the Citrus Bliss and the adaptive for free, and it is also 20% off. Next, we have our Healthy Essentials Kit. This one is just released this month. And it's also 20% off with a free Citrus Bliss. You're gonna get our Petal Diffuser 2.0, Adaptive, which is my absolute favorite oil right now. It is our restful and calming oil for anything related to, stress and those kind of things. Lavender Lemon, Balance, which is our grounding blend. Peppermint, Breathe, Digestion, On Guard, Deep Blue, and another oil I didn't mention named Copaiba, which is phenomenal for managing inflammatory response as well as mental cognitive state. Next, we have our top 10 oils and our Brevi diffuser. So all the oils I talked about this evening, plus oregano and tea tree in a 5 milliliter bottle. So our 15 milliliters have about 285 drops. The 5 milliliters, you're looking at about 85 drops. You get 10% off this kit and a free citrus bliss. Next, we have our Healthy Habits Kit. This is fantastic for your daily wellness plan creation. It's got our Lifelong Vitality Pack, as well as our Terrazymes, which is a digestive enzyme, and our PB Assist, which is a pre and probiotic with fiber. It also comes with 5 oils in 5 milliliters, lavender, frankincense, balance, lemon, and On Guard, our Deep Blue Rub, and a free citrus bliss. Last but certainly not least is our Simple Solutions Kit. This is a great customizable one that you can pick your focus add-on package that goes along with your Deep Blue Rub, Lemon, On Guard, and Serenity, which is our restful blend. And remember, all of these include your membership for free. So if you've yet to text me your top 3 health concerns, could I ask you to do that for me now so that I can ensure that I am helping you find solutions best suited for you and your family? Alongside of your membership, you have the option to use it whatever way you want. There's 3 types of people that generally come into the doTERRA family. One is people who just want to live the wellness lifestyle. Use their oils, incorporate them, and find empowerment right at their fingertips. The next kind of person is the people that want to share doTERRA. Tell other people about it. Have people together on a live, which we can't do right now, or this format where we could do an interactive online class. Share your oils and get your products paid for. And last but certainly not least, you could do what I do and actually earn an income and make an impact with essential oils. So what do you get when you partner with me? Once your oils arrive, you and I will set up a virtual wellness consult. Well, we're going to talk about the top 3 health concerns that you've shared with me and create a 90-day plan to how to incorporate those oils into your life and create success. I'll show you how to use your back office for ordering purposes, as well as the perks of being a part of our monthly Wellness Box program. I'll also provide you with a free welcome pack, including a free pocket guide that's going to give you access right at your fingertips to some tips and tricks and information that you may require in the midst of our conversations. You also have access to 8 weeks of free education, which means for 8 weeks, 1 evening a month, we have a 45-minute chat that you can be a part of and then get a completion certificate and some great prizes. Or if you'd rather not commit to having to be present for a call, you could also do our oil camp, which is available to our members to get education at their own pace, all done online. Next, we have phenomenal Facebook support, where you can be a part of our community that comes together to learn and have specialty things designed just for them. So this is Wellness Made Easy. I'm so grateful that you've chosen to be a part of our talk this evening. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I would love to be able to answer any questions that you have and connect with you further about how I can support you on your wellness journey.